Hey everybody, it's Victor Medina from the Medina Law Group, and we're back with another 5 Fact Friday. I'm actually coming to you from Orlando, Florida, and more specifically, the Orlando airport. I don't know if maybe you can see the TSA agents that are out there doing their fine jobs. Listen, what am I doing here? Well, it turns out that one of the things that I get to do is train other attorneys on how to build their practices in a way that serves their clients and helps grow. And I'm working for a company called Atticus, and they have me down here to present a few sessions that I'm really interested in sharing with the participants. One of them, we're going to talk to them about advantages of leadership styles and understanding who they're communicating with on their team and how they can adjust their message to make sure that they communicate better. So I'm interested in that one. And another one that you're probably going to find a little funny is that I'm going to talk to them about why it's necessary to have a clean office. I mean, we know that if we ever walked into a kitchen, the kitchen was a mess, at a restaurant, we walk right out. The cleanliness is very, very close to godliness. Well, it's the same thing in an attorney's office. I mean, if you were going to walk in and see a bunch of papers all over the desk, you probably wouldn't think that your file is going to get the attention that it needs. So we're going to talk to them about why that might be a secret weapon for them going forward. In any event, I'm here for a couple of days here to train these lawyers, and then I will be back in the office. But I wanted to make sure that I got this video out to you and didn't miss our schedule for our 5 Fact Friday. So let's go through the links for this week. The first two links are going to deal with this oppressive heat that we've got going on. The first link is going to talk to you about precautions that you should take when it's hot out, and the second one is going to talk to you about myths around sunscreen. I don't know about you, but my favorite sunscreen is spray-on. I hate the stuff that comes out of a tube. I always go for the maximum SPF. Is that the right thing? Check out the link and you'll learn more. The link after that has to do with more of the accessibility things that Apple is doing to make it possible for disabled individuals to use their technology better. I know that in the most current iteration of the new iPad operating system, they've got a lot of things in there that allow you to use your voice to communicate with the iPad, and that will give you better ways to interact with it for people that might have disabilities with motor functions and being able to interact with the tap, right? So that's going to be helpful. The last two links on legal and financial. One of them has to do with sports betting. Recently became legal in New Jersey about 6 years ago, and just happened to have it happen in New York as well. Well, what's the difference? Well, the majority of the New Jersey online bets are placed from a mobile device, whereas New York still requires you to go in person. And then finally, there's a lot of news out there around the Secure Act, and the Secure Act is the newest piece of legislation being passed both in the House and the Senate that's going to impact your retirement account. It's going to change how old you have to be to start taking out required minimum distributions. But one of the impacts that's most important is going to talk about whether or not you can leave behind an IRA and have your kids stretch that out over the life expectancy. Now, I don't want to alarm anybody because we don't know what version of the law is going to become final. But whatever it is, if there's a change in this area, I'm going to urge you to take a meeting with your advisor, and if that's us, have us come talk to you about it. We're happy to have a conversation about how your planning needs to change. This is that one area where the marriage of both legal and financial planning becomes so beneficial that we're able to help with both of those areas. So if that ends up being the case, you can be sure we're going to send out a video on that and encourage you to come in and talk to us about how to adjust your planning to make sure that you can maximize all of the benefits that are in there, including minimizing your income taxes. So listen, that's it for me for 5 Fact Friday. I'm here in Orlando. I am not going to see the mouse on this trip. I'm just kind of staying in the airport, staying in the hotel, talking to these folks and getting right back on a plane and going back home. So I hope you have a fantastic week, and we'll talk to you in a couple weeks on the next 5 Fact Friday. Bye-bye.